What's up, guys? It's Charles here to do a review that is not a robot, but it's something that I love and have loved since a kid. This is the 1/48 scale die-cast Aoshima SGM-23 Gokin, which is pretty much a 1/48 scale Type 70 maser cannon, which was seen in Godzilla vs. Gigan, which you can see right here. All right. Even though it is a die-cast model of the maser cannon, actually let me go down so you guys can see a little bit more of the box. It is a pretty, pretty substantial set. That's what I'm trying to say. Very detailed. If you guys, view the Chachi Power channel, you may have seen this already reviewed, but in radio control version, or remote control version actually, because I believe it was wired. This does not have any of that remote control feature, as is the box is rather light for something made by Aoshima out of die-cast, since their stuff is usually really heavy. If we look at the back, we do see the side view. I don't know if it's this one. We'll find out in a second. I believe it's the remote control version was weathered. This is, as far as I know, the non-weathered version. I don't see any sticker indicating it's the weathered. We'll find out in a second, because I actually have never opened this up in the 10 plus years that I've owned this. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Alright, so of course, because of its high quality die-cast build, it does come in styrofoam, and a very big amount of styrofoam. Kind of hard to see with my white background, but you do get a little booklet here. Tape has pretty much given up on life, this tape here, against the styrofoam cover. Get a nice little tissue wrap there, and lo and behold, the maser cannon. So we get the front part, the little tank part that pulls the maser cannon along. We go down here, we see the actual cannon itself. What's cool about the, if you were able to get it, or if you're interested in getting one of these, I would go for the remote control version, because you can control the maser cannon going up and down and the pulsating lights. It looks like this does have the spot for where the remote was. I believe that's where the remote was. And it's good that they offer these two versions. Not everybody wants to go out and use their expensive Gokin in the outdoors, but we'll get this out carefully. If you see, whoa! If you see here, there is wiring. It's pretty interesting, since this is not a remote control version. I do feel something loose inside. I think there's a weight in there. If I'm not mistaken, I had taken this apart. There's a weight in there. Apparently the glue has come off, so you can hear something sliding in there. Maybe this does have the LEDs still on it. It's not remote control, but maybe it does have a place to put the batteries in to check the pulsing. That would be kind of cool, since it was unexpected. This does have rubber tires, and I think they put the weight in there just to give it weight, because this whole section is actually plastic. There's no Gokin whatsoever on the actual maser cannon itself, which is pretty surprising. I would think they would make like this lower part die cast at least, or something up here, maybe the dome, but they didn't. So the die cast is most likely in the tank area. All right, so here's the front of the maser cannon, or the actual tank that pulls it along. Yeah, it's not that heavy either. The die cast is down at the bottom. Usually you want the die cast to be somewhere where you can enjoy it. It's on the bottom of that, and that's really, honestly, the only die cast on this figure, set, not figure, which is pretty surprising. They label it as a Gokin, and that's really the only metal it has, which, as far as I'm concerned, has nothing to do with the feel. Well, maybe the weight, but not the actual feel when you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it does have a battery compartment, so we're going to check that out, because apparently I can use the LEDs on this. But before we get to that, it does have rubber tires. I'm not going to really spin them in case they're rotting. You can see, it does have the tires. And I think things that are usually aged a bit, what happens if you try to spin them, they start cracking. So I'm going to leave that alone. It does have some nice mirrors, very detailed. The little arms here are very thin. It does have what appears to be LEDs here in the front. And let's see. And I believe the LEDs on this are right in the can itself. Let's go ahead and get some batteries in here and see if we can get some light action. Alright, so as you can see, I have some batteries in there. If you're looking to leave the batteries in there for a while, I would suggest using really high quality ones. I don't know how good these are. Got them pretty cheap. Close that. This door tray or door cover doesn't really seem to stay in all too well. Now we got that, and you'll see it's got these little connectors like you would find like on a computer or a radio control car. What you want to do is carefully plug this harness into the back. Once you got that connected, you want to put the trailer on the trailer hitch here, and I don't actually know how to turn it on, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So surprisingly enough, even though the batteries are in the front part, the unhinge that on and off switch is in the back. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. Woo! There you get the pulsing of the cannon, which is really awesome. Oh, I just rolled the tank, so I guess that's that. But let's shut this off so you can see the pulsing. You can see it's got a really nice pulse to it, and the remote control version you can actually lift and you can see it stays pointing straight, which is really cool. The remote control one, you can actually adjust everything. You have this spin. Oh, I just broke off the little steering. There's like seriously never a time where I don't break anything. This little steering wheel just popped off of there. I was kind of hoping that would just be popped off. But yeah, I broke it. Jesus. Anyway, so let's try not to hold on to anything that would break. And this would rotate. It almost sounds like there's gears in there. I don't know if it's ratchets. But yeah. So anyway, we're going to check out the details here. Leave it to me to break a very expensive, or now very expensive, toy. And let's get up close. You can see the details in the wheels here. And as we scan across, we see the treads here on the Maser cannon itself, and the writing on the side. A lot of tampo printing. You see all the tampo printing there. It's very beautiful. All the little switches back here, the XLR 99 power units. The oxygen tanks. Liquid oxygen tanks, little handles in the back, very well done. You can see some harnesses going across, like wiring harnesses going from the actual neck of the cannon into the head. And what's cool, it's a little, what's that called, a fiber. What are they called? Fibers, optical fibers, fiber optic kind of effect. Jeez. There's a fiber optic kind of effect onto the little point there. You can see the LED lit up back there, kind of flows through. Let me see if I can make it more visible. You can see right there, that little point gets a little brighter. Alright, don't know if there's a way to really show you that, but yeah, you can see it kind of gets a little bit brighter. So yeah, pretty neat thing. Just wanted to show you guys. We're not going to go too crazy into the rest of this, since that's really all there is to show you guys. Just figured this would be a neat little thing to show you guys. And yeah, as far as the front, I thought there were LEDs in the front. I don't really see an on and off switch on this bad boy here, so I'm going to have to venture to say that this does not have LEDs. But overall, still a really neat thing. Just if you get this, be careful. Not like me. This thing's been untouched for over a decade, and somehow I just managed to break it within 5 minutes. But that's it. Figured you'd like this, even though it's not robot related, but it's kind of in that same kind of Japanese kind of old thing with Godzilla and stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Until next time, bye bye.